Hello, my name is Christina. Today, my group and I are going to present to you why we feel that fire hydrants should only be opened by authorized personnel. On July 6, 2008, a young 6-year-old girl was hit down and dragged by a van whose vision was blurred by gallons of water being sprayed onto his windshield. We all need to be aware that fire hydrants are not for our own personal use. They are there for the case of emergency, such as important things like fires. A lot of us think that, oh yeah, it's a hot day, let's just go out and put on the fire hydrant. Little do we know that it can cause a lot of dangers and a lot of problems to our environment and to our neighbors who live on that particular block that the fire hydrant is being opened on. Recently, I've seen many more than usual open fire hydrants in my area, Cypress Hills, Brooklyn. Throughout the presentation, we will give to you a series of different pictures, videos, and clips and interviews that we have going on with fire hydrants that are open with unauthorized personnel. Thank you.
My name is Marcellus Mars, and I'm here today to talk to you about the dangers of fire hydrants. One of the main dangers is the visibility of the cars. As Christine explained earlier, a girl in Harlem was dragged for a whole block because the driver lost visibility because of the fire hydrants. 1,000 gallons per minute come out of these fire hydrants. Now, how can a car manage to see through something like that? And sometimes they go as high as 100 feet in the air. Now, another issue is who pays for this 1,000 gallons per minute coming out of these fire hydrants? We do, the taxpayers. Another issue of concern should be what happens if it's a real fire? The fire people come and there's no water to put out the fire. Also, as Yayin explained, there's been an increase in calls about these fire hydrants. Now, the police have to come out to make these calls. Now, they have other more pertinent issues that they can pertain to, like robbery, murder, muggings, and things of that nature. What should we do about these fire hydrants? One thing that has been done is the fire department will continue to give out special spray caps that fit over hydrants and reduce the water flow from 1,000 gallons a minute to 25 gallons a minute. Now, this is a big help, but people must go out and get these caps. Somebody in the neighborhood has to step up and go get these caps to make it safer for the kids to play outside in the street.
Here we are, we're going to interview one of the local residents who lives right next to the fire hydrant in the very first house next to the fire hydrant. And he's going to give you his thoughts on how he feels about open fire hydrants. Go ahead. How do you feel about open fire hydrants?
I don't think this is like really safe for them. You know, probably one of them might get hit by a car. I don't think it's good enough for kids to be playing around with them. That's only for like, in case there's a fire or anything like that. You see? But I don't think that's safe for the kids to be outside playing like this in a fire. Because any car might just pass by fast and just, you know, hit them. I don't think it's safe for them.
The noise? What about the noise?
Oh, the noise is not even, it's a little annoying too, the noise. I don't think it's no. Parents should tell them, you know, not to play like that. Because this is only for mostly like for when there's a fire, when there's something in black.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think about open fire hydrants in Brooklyn and in your area?
They're kind of an inconvenience because when I come home at night from work, I want to take a shower and relax, and my water pressure is so low that I can't really do much of that.
And what about the noise?
Well, and that's another thing. When they open it up, they don't open it up a little bit just to get a little water out. They open it up so much that it sounds like a raging waterfall outside all night long.
And what part of Brooklyn do you live in? East New York?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So what do you feel about open fire hydrants?
Being that I live in the Bronx, and it's very dangerous for children, especially because the water sometimes it comes out with such force that the traffic, you can't really see it, and people get hit by cars, especially children, because they're unaware, they're not cautious of the cars and everything surrounding them.
Okay. And do you see this happening in your area a lot, or?
Yes, especially around low budget areas, it happens a lot, and I think that it needs to be stopped, or things need to be closed off, such as like some certain fire hydrants need to be closed off.
Do you play in fire hydrants?
No, I don't. I never have. I wasn't allowed to.
Okay. All right. Thank you. My group and I feel that opening a fire hydrant is a true act of being selfish. First of all, these kids are feeling, oh, it's 90 degrees outside, let me go outside, put under a fire hydrant and cool down. They are not using it for the right purpose. They're only thinking about themselves in a way, if you think about it. One, it is damaging our environment. This water coming out with such force is going down into our systems and being backed up and disposed of on lawns, personal properties, schools, and numerous other places. However, these kids are unaware that this is happening, and they're continuing to putting it on day after day, 9 to 5, continuously. Second of all, you have to think of the appearance of our environment. By all this water flooding the block, people pass across throwing papers all over, making the neighborhood look dirty and inappropriate for whoever's visiting. Also, there are individuals in third world countries who don't even have clean water. We are lucky to have this abundance resource at our availability anytime we want it. Yet here we have kids who are just throwing it away as if they're not even thankful for having it. And we should always be thankful for things such as water, because, like I said, there are many who don't even have it. Also, when you think about, there are many times that I go around blocks after blocks and the water is still going and nobody's playing inside of them. These kids feel as if, okay, we could play and that's it, go inside and have a good time, not even bothering to take it off. This really does not help firefighters who, when they do need the water, sometimes it doesn't come up with full force. It just causes it to come slower, and it's not helping the problem of a fire, because, again, kids and adults want to be selfish and not take this water off. We are definitely wasting this resource that we have and not using it to the best of our ability. Also, we must keep in mind that opening a fire hydrant is only to be used during a fire. It's not for our personal use. It's not for our own happiness. We have to think about the happiness and the well-being of others. This fire hydrant was put for a purpose, and that was a purpose to take off any hazardous fires. We cannot use it for entertainment, we cannot use it for fun, because that is not the way it's supposed to be used, and we need to keep that in mind. We need to think about others, and we need to think about, what if there is somebody who needs the help with this fire hydrant? How are we?
Hello, my name is Yun Shi. If you know of a fire hydrant that is open, please call 718-DEP HELP or 718-337-4357 or simply call 311. Last year, about 12,000 calls were reported to 311 about open fire hydrant. This July, there was a 22% increase.